Time.
Hi everyone, welcome back to Hyperfixation Time. I'm Erin,
And I'm Danny.
and today you and I are going to be learning about something that Danny has researched and gone down a rabbit hole about, and no idea what it is on my end. Same for you, obviously. So let's just catch up real quick, and then we will jump into Danny's topic for the week.
So if you follow us on Instagram, you may have seen that we got our first Spotify Wrapped as creators. So that was pretty exciting.
Woo!
Obviously, we don't have crazy numbers that all these famous people are sharing, but it was exciting nonetheless.
For us, yeah.
Yeah, and Erin actually sent me a couple pictures of it, but one said that we received more comments than 91% of other shows. And one said that our first season here was more popular than 83% of other new shows. So
Woo.
Thank you guys. That's cool.
Thank you. Let's keep growing. I mean, really, that was awesome to see in order to, I think in general, just to feel motivated again. We're 15.
Yeah, totally.
This is our 15th episode, so, which is crazy to even say that. And seeing those numbers or just kind of seeing those stats were, yeah, it was just a really good motivator, I think. How did you
Seeing
feel?
that, and seeing that our podcast is the number one podcast that they listen to, or even in the
Yeah.
top 5. So that's pretty cool. And then that is not true for either me or you. So all those numbers, all those numbers are not from us. The funniest thing, and I told this to Dwight last night because it made me laugh so hard, was the fact that basically for creators, it tells you what else our listeners listen to. So it
Yeah.
told us what music you guys listen to. It tells us what podcasts you guys listen to. And the thing that cracked me up so hard is the number 2 most listened to artist amongst our followers was Nalek, which he's like a DJ. He does EDM music. And the 100% the reason why that is the case is because of my son Leon. He's obsessed with EDM. And obviously I listen to our podcast on Spotify, and so does my husband, but we also listen to a lot of Nalek. So
Yeah. I did
It
not
made me laugh.
recognize the name. I was like, Danny, who is this? I don't know. I don't realize
Yeah.
what this is. But it makes sense. Yeah. Leon.
I'm
Will-
trying to go. Okay, so I am Nalek's 0.04% top global fan.
Ooh, up there. Dang. That's on Spotify,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
And I also just wanted to note that I saw our number 5 most listened to artist amongst our followers was Barbie.
Yeah. Is that you guys as well?
No, that's not me. That's why I'm laughing. Whoever out there that you listen to our show,
Oh, I
obviously
see.
you must be listening to a lot of Barbie music also at home, which makes me laugh really hard because
No
you definitely have a
judgment.
kid.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Or you just like it. I mean, whatever.
I mean, yeah, no judgment. That's funny.
It was funny.
Okay, I didn't realize that was how it kind of worked. Connecting to our own Spotify's and whatnot, and then what our listeners are doing. So that's interesting.
I love Spotify Wrapped. I'm always so excited for it every year, but my personal one was just totally decimated by Leon this year. It's
Yeah.
all just EDM and Bluey.
And Bluey.
That
Oh,
was
I
it.
love
EDM
Bluey.
and Bluey.
Two sides of a different coin, I feel like. Mine, so I don't use Spotify, which is,
Right.
I know,
Me and you are so opposite on all of our technology preferences.
but yeah, I mean, if there was an easy way to transfer my Apple Music and Apple Podcasts and all of that just quickly over to Spotify, I'd be there in a heartbeat. There'd be no problem. It's just that
That's
I've
true.
had Apple Music and podcasts for so long that I have
That's true.
so much on each of those. So maybe one day I'll just figure it out and just do it.
Spend a day.
Spend a day. Yeah, exactly.
I wonder if there's a button for that now, an import button.
Oh, I tried that. I tried apps,
Oh.
different apps that would say yeah, we can transfer. And there was up to 10 songs. And I'm like, well, I have
What? 10?
three, 400 some songs. So
Seriously.
that's nothing,
That's
You don't
insane.
help me at all. So, but Apple does do, like a similar thing. It's not quite as cool, I feel like, as Spotify. But my top artist was Lorde, of course.
Nice.
Lorde came out with a new album, and I listened to that quite a bit. And then it was like Billie Eilish, and then Mae Martin, and then I think it was like Lin-Manuel Miranda because I listened to a lot of
Nice.
Broadway
Yeah.
as well. I don't know. It made
That's
sense
cool.
though. I mostly listen to podcasts though versus music, so
Hmm.
I
Well,
don't
yeah,
know.
I was really surprised, like I said, that our podcast didn't show up in my top five for podcasts.
Yeah.
But it's just, yeah, I listen to so many podcasts, and I
Yeah.
have some really regular ones. So we started, obviously, like posting them in September, I think it was. So
Yeah.
next year, it'll definitely be up there, I
Yeah.
think.
Got to get better at listening to our own stuff.
I am listening.
I am
It's just that
too.
I'm
Yeah.
listening to other stuff more. There's more
Exactly.
stuff out there.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, you want to get into it? What's your microfixation?
I would say this week it's been Wicked because I
Ooh.
finally saw the second. It came out when I was in Paris, like in theaters, and I that's like one of my favorite musicals. Danny and I actually saw the musical together. It was my first time seeing the musical.
Mm-hmm.
Although I knew all the music, I didn't realize like most of the story. Like you can kind of put pieces together with the music
Mm-hmm.
and some of that, but part of the story was like a mystery to me. I remember like there was at one point like I gasped, like
Yeah.
like grabbed your like it's just like I didn't realize that even though it's been out for how long, like 15 years or
Yeah.
something. So yeah, the second movie came out. I finally saw it, and it was good, and I
That's
cried,
cool.
and I just can't believe that we live in a timeline with Cynthia Erivo. She's my queen. Her voice is just like unmatched to me.
I have to watch those still. It's like I'm not I don't know, like I want to watch them, but it's not like extremely pressing for me, and I know that there's just going to be a time where like I'm so sorry, Aaron. I know. I
I'm
feel like now we have like a personal history with Wicked also.
Yeah,
Well, maybe
exactly.
okay, you texted me and you said like you do want to watch them back to back. So I would be down
Yes.
to join you for that marathon.
Okay, let's do
We
that
can do
then.
that.
I mean, that's going
Um
to be like 5 hours of time,
y-
but
Whatever. I mean, actually that's a lot. I'm not very good at sitting still.
not that we
I'll
can
need to
like we have to go.
multitask. We can
There you
craft
go.
while we do it. Can we do that?
Oh,
Okay,
I
cool.
like that. Yeah.
The last thing I wanted to say about Wicked was that when you were talking about how like you were so surprised when we saw it
Yeah.
together, and the funny thing was I didn't realize that that was your first time seeing it, and I
I thought
also
I
didn't
told
realize
you.
well, and I also didn't realize that the movie was only part one when because that
Oh,
part had already come out. I knew you saw the movie.
yep.
And you've been singing Wicked songs for as long as I can remember. And you've
Exactly.
seen so many musicals. Like I know that you've been to Broadway a couple times. Like in
Oh,
my
yeah.
head I was just like, yeah, you've definitely seen Wicked. Like that's absolutely something that's happened. And so when you were so surprised by the end, I was just like, what? Like I was so confused why you were so surprised. You know? But it was pretty
Yeah.
cool.
I was supposed to see Wicked in Madison on March 13th, 2020. What
It's a bad
happened that
time.
day? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I literally had tickets then, but yeah, I hadn't seen actually the musical, but I know all the music from front to back. When the choir and band went to New York when my one of my sisters was in school, it was when Wicked was on Broadway, so they saw that. Like I don't know if it was like the like original Broadway cast.
That
I
would be
feel like
insane.
I know, right? I'm like I don't
Idina
think
Menzel?
so.
I would
Idina Menzel and Kristen
I would cry
Chenoweth
for
and
that.
oh my God, yeah, same. So I'm not sure if it was at that point, but anyway, she came back with the CD of the soundtrack, and she drove me to school.
To
drove me
school.
to school to school every day, and so that's how I got to know the music and just fell in
That's
love
cute.
with it. But yeah, literally, like I was like, well, before I could drive, I guess. So more than 15 years ago. Mm-hmm. Ooh, that's weird.
Yeah. Took you that long to
But
see it.
I know it took me forever.
Well, I'm happy that we got to do that. All right, so my microfixation, yes.
Yeah.
So last week I mentioned that I was reading ACOTAR. I'm still
Mm-hmm.
working on that. I'm on the fourth book now.
Yeah.
But what I did not tell you is that part of why I was able to read it so fast is because I got a Kindle.
No way. Okay.
I love this thing so much. Like, it's changed my life. I'm obsessed.
I love that. Did you get it for like Black Friday or like some
I
sort of
did.
deal? Yeah. That's
Um,
awesome.
so yeah, this is my new little baby. You can see my stickers on the back.
Already got stickers. It's
Yeah, I'm a big fan of
personalized.
stickers.
I am too, yeah.
And then the other like feature I just want to show you that I'm obsessed with is I immediately got this little device that you attach basically to the, oh, that's backwards. You attach to the top here. It's like a little clip. And then I
Yep.
have a ring that goes with it. So you turn them both on. And then
Okay.
when you press the button on the ring, it turns the page.
Oh my God. So you can just like prop it up and just like
Yes.
lay there or whatever.
Yeah, I got a stand
Oh,
for it as well. Literally amazing, life-changing. I have a lot of like wrist problems. Even holding my phone can just be like such a struggle. And like, holding books and you just get uncomfortable and it's,
yeah.
yeah. And then also like if I try to read on my phone, my eyes would eventually hurt really bad. My eyes don't hurt with this. I can read for so much longer. I can hold it in a million trillion different ways. It's just literally amazing. Lets me read so much faster and I'm excited to read again.
Ah.
I love it.
That's awesome. That's such a smart thing to get for you for sure. I wonder,
Yeah.
I've been curious about those. So you have, I mean, it sounds like you really
Yeah.
love it, but as you
I'm
kind of
obsessed.
keep going.
And I don't know why for the longest time I was just kind of like, yeah, I don't need one of those. And then just out of the blue, I was like, I need one of those.
Something is drawing me towards this Kindle.
Yes. But I love it.
Well, I'm glad. Yeah. And like when you get that, it's so smart to do all the things that you like that will make it easier to read. Like the stand or like the clicker thingy. That's so smart to
I
just do
also
it
have
all
this
in
like
once.
strap that I got for it. So
Yeah.
that it's kind of like a pop socket too, so that, I can hold
can
it
have,
better.
like, a- okay,
I have tiny
yep.
fingers for anybody looking. Tiny fingers. It's hard to hold things. And this
Tiny fingers.
this is lighter than my phone, by the way.
Whoa.
It's lighter.
Really?
So I love it.
Interesting.
Kindle
Okay.
sponsor our podcast, please.
Yeah.
Just kidding. All right. Well, I do think that the Kindle will wrap well into my main topic. Wrap well, it
Ooh.
will lead well
Mesh.
into.
Oh, sure. Lead well.
Yeah, it will go well with it. I will be bringing it back up,
It's
basically.
complimentary.
Thank you. Yeah.
Complimentary to your topic.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And I'm really not going to give you like clues for you to guess it because
Well,
there's
you
just
didn't
there's
last
no
time.
way.
You were like,
I-
there's no way. Yeah.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
just not really a good way. So I'm just going to get
Okay.
into it if you're ready. My topic today involves a lot of mental health discussion and
I have
basically what's that?
that. I have that.
You
I have mental
that?
health.
You have mental health.
That? Yeah.
Good.
I have
Well,
that.
cool. You can benefit from this then. Um, so basically, it's this trend that I've been seeing on social media, and it's this idea of romanticizing your life. So that is going to be like the title of this
Oh.
episode is romanticizing your life.
Interesting. I don't think I've ever heard of that.
No?
Honestly.
Okay.
I mean, like I can kind of like put together what that might mean
Right.
a little bit, but
You haven't seen the trend.
no.
And so I'm sure there's probably, maybe some people listening that have, but some people that probably haven't. So hopefully I don't know, this is like a self-help episode. I hope.
I like
Is my
it.
goal for this.
Oh, that's really cool. I like that you're doing
Thank you.
this.
And so, like, why would I be doing this? Well, it's that time of year, everybody. It's getting scary out there. No.
Uh-huh.
The days are getting shorter, obviously, and I mean, we all know seasonal affective disorder is real, and even if you don't like have the full disorder, like I'm sure everybody's kind of hitting like that low point of the year. For me, the holidays kind of help keep it up a little bit, but then like
Mm-hmm.
once we get beyond that, that's when it gets really scary. So this
Yeah.
is kind of like preventative medicine, if you will.
Ooh, okay. Awesome. The horrors persist, and so do I.
Yeah.
That's what I always think about.
It's
Sorry,
funny,
just random things come into mind.
keep them coming. I love it. There
Yeah.
was like one TikTok or something that I saw today where they were like, "This is how I romanticize my life to keep the horrors at bay." So like
Yeah.
you're right on point.
Yep.
You got
Yep.
it. And all right, so basically, like it's just very easy to kind of be negative, right? And just be like, "Ugh, this is yucky outside. It's dark. It's depressing. It's just whatever. I hate everything." So this whole episode isn't going to be just about winter, but there's going to be a lot of talk about winter and like how you can apply this to winter specifically, but it is kind of more so just about life in general. Like, how do you
Okay.
romanticize your life? There was a podcast episode from the podcast Life Kit. Have you ever heard of that one?
No, I don't think so.
It's from NPR, I believe.
Ooh.
And they do like really short little episodes, and it's Life Kit. So it's like little snippets of advice on how to live your life, basically, how to
Self-help,
make things
yeah.
better.
Yeah.
So they have an episode called How to Actually Look Forward to Winter. And
Ooh.
they spoke to Kari Leibowitz, who is a psychologist, and she wrote the book How to Winter: Harness Your Mindset to Thrive on Cold, Dark, or Difficult Days. So that's all just kind of like leading into this whole idea, like why I wanted to talk about it. It's just kind of that time of year. This is something that I'm always thinking about is mental health and like how to be better about it without going to therapy because not everyone can afford that, you know?
Yep. Yep.
Or
Totally.
feels like it, or, you know, there's a lot of
Yeah.
reasons why you might not go. But
Do you have like a winter hobby, sport, something that gets you outside for like the winter? I guess I should say, yeah, maybe more so outdoor activity.
yeah, totally. That's a really good question and like something that I was going to even bring up also. Right now, I would say no, but like I am going to talk about like getting outside and why that, you know, just the idea of getting outside and things you can do. Obviously, growing up, you know that I snowmobiled.
Yeah.
That
Yep.
was a huge part of my childhood. And
Huge.
it actually was one of the reasons why, like, when I was a kid, I remember feeling like winter was my favorite season. And then, you know, I don't really do that anymore. It's been a long time since I've gone snowmobiling with my dad. But I feel like, yeah, that's like what I need is like something that's gonna get me outside and like something that's gonna, you know, change your mindset on winter.
Yes. Yes. So yeah, that's what I was curious about is because I don't have one like a good one either. Besides like taking our dogs out for a walk. But PJ is a snowboarder and he
Oh, okay.
tries to get out a couple times in the winter at least. To snowboard, whether I mean usually it's just here where the closest hill is and whatnot, but he's always like, you need to find something that you love in winter because I look forward to snowboarding. So it's
PJ's on it. He's
I
he's got the
know.
idea. I like it. That's the idea,
Exactly.
PJ. Good job.
Yep.
So yeah, I mean, I do want to try some stuff, and I'll kind of talk about this a little bit more later as well, but I want to try maybe snowshoeing or even like cross country skiing. There's like a cross country ski trail really close to me, and so I was thinking about picking up something like that this winter.
That'd be fun.
But getting back into like romanticizing your life, what is it, right? So the definition of just to romanticize is to talk about something in a way that makes it sound better than it really is, or to believe that something is better than it really is. Yeah, it's just kind of like, how do we take your everyday life, and especially if you're feeling really just negative about it, you're maybe in a rut, whatever, how do you change your perspective on that to make it feel like it's just, I don't know, it's magical, it's more fun, it's better than it
Yeah.
is.
Anyway, I was just gonna, kind of say it's just like the perfect timing to do this because, yeah, it's every winter I just feel this like stuck inside syndrome or something like that. And I need to be better at just being like, okay, there are positives about each season and let's keep this going.
Just another like side tangent because you just made me think about it. So I was kind of talking about this with Dwight a little bit the other day, but he doesn't even know that this is my topic. Surprise. But like I already had this topic in mind, but we just kind of
Yeah.
were talking about this anyways.
Isn't that weird how that like comes up? I feel
Yeah.
like that happens a lot.
Well, so I was talking to Dwight and we were talking about, the days are getting shorter and like whatever. And he was just like, that doesn't affect me. Like all the other stuff you're saying, like, yeah, I understand. I get like that's valid, whatever. But I know for a fact that the dark doesn't bother me. I've never had that issue. I know it affects other people. Like he wasn't trying to like put
Yeah.
doubt on other people or anything like that. Or because he said, I don't feel sad about it. Like he doesn't feel sad about it being dark. And I was like,
Good
well,
for
for
him.
me, it's not so much. Good for him. No,
Good for him.
for me, I was just trying to say, like, for me, it's not that I feel sad about it being dark
Yeah.
or like that it makes me feel, yeah, sad. It's more that I feel stuck and like squished or like I'm claustrophobic. I'm under a blanket and I can't get out. And so when you said the word stuck before, you were saying like stuck
Yeah.
inside or whatever. But like to me, that is what it feels like when it's just so dark all the time. Like I can't see, you know? Like it's just like once it's all nice outside and you go outside and it's just like, like I can breathe, you know? This
Yes.
blanket's been lifted.
Yes. Okay. I know what you mean. Yep. Because I feel like I don't realize it in the moment. I don't realize it necessarily when I'm working, or doing just things at home, which is, I mean, I work from home, so I'm always at home. And, but then when I do reflect on it, I'm like, okay, yeah, I have not been outside in 3 days or something.
And maybe
like
that's
that.
why you're feeling
And maybe
like
that's
a
why
certain
I'm
way.
like, yeah, pent up, or just like, you need that. You need the fresh
Yeah.
air. You need.
I think just to kind of go off of that is like, now that you gave me a little bit more explanation what you mean too, like I would say that in the past I used to be less aware of what I was doing to my body and how it affected me. So I would say that within the last couple of years, it's been more of the awareness of like,
Yeah.
no, I need to go do this thing. I don't know.
It's like working out. Like you know you don't want to like make that step into the gym or into where you're going to be, but like when you do, you're like, "Oh my gosh, yeah, this is something that I need." And when you keep
Right.
up with it, it's like even more reinforcing all of
Right.
that for sure.
So if you're still confused about what it means to romanticize your life, here's what you're going to find if you look it up on Instagram or TikTok, okay? You're going to find people that are buying themselves flowers, okay? They're going to be making photo albums or creating playlists to like fit the mood or vibe. They're going to be prioritizing self-care and really like I feel like that's an obvious one that people always say when they're like ways to improve your mental health, self-care, right? But this is really about kind of going slow and making it a ritual. And do you know what I mean? Like almost like a spa day, but for
Yeah.
yourself at home.
Making it like special beyond the
Yeah.
day to day, basically.
Yep. It's the idea of dressing up no matter where you're going. So like you're going to the grocery store, wear your favorite dress. Don't wait. Just wear it.
How do you feel about that?
I love it.
Like dressing
It's
up.
great.
Like, do you do that? Do you
Oh,
think?
Not as much as I used to. Like, I don't know if you
Yeah.
remember what I used to wear to high school, by chance. I would
don't remember much
dress
from high school.
to the nines. I would wear a full dress and heels and tights on any given Tuesday. Didn't matter. That's what I wanted to wear. I
Good
loved
for
it.
you. That's
Thank
awesome.
you. Do I do that now? No. But it's something that I'm kind of like trying to get back into a little bit. Like not to that degree because I also value comfort now.
Yeah.
I did not care about being comfortable when I was in high school. Like I would wear, flip-flops in December. Didn't care.
Yeah. I don't remember how you dressed
That's
for
fair.
some reason.
You're like, I don't believe you.
No, I do believe you. I'm just like trying to think.
Yeah.
And I can just picture you with like a ribbed white tank top and then another spaghetti strap tank top on top of it.
I
Do
was
you
a
know what I'm
fan
talking
of
about?
layering.
Yeah, like we all were back in
Yeah.
back in the day.
And I'm not saying that every day I did that. And I think
Yeah.
that this was particularly later high school, senior year. I really dressed like that a lot.
Was
So
there
yeah,
a reason just for yourself or was it?
I just loved it.
You just
I
liked
loved
it, yeah.
clothes and fashion.
Yeah.
Yeah, so and I enjoyed, feeling good. Like if I was wearing leggings, that was basically like sweatpants. I don't know. I just didn't feel good,
Yeah. Yep. Now I wear sweatpants every day.
Yeah, like
Pretty
now
much every day.
I love my yoga pants. Those are my favorite things in the world. So I hear you. I'm definitely not anything like what I used to be, but I
There's a
do.
balance
Yeah.
with it.
Some more examples is like wearing a matching jammy set to bed. Do you have any like of those? I love my little matching jammy sets. I have a
I
couple.
only, I think I only have like one,
I want more.
honestly. Yeah, I think
Because I do,
that's,
it does make me feel like, oh, like, look at me, I'm a main character in a movie, which
yeah.
is actually, that's actually like a whole point of this is making yourself feel like a main character in a movie, you know?
Oh, I like that. I like that.
Yeah, it just gives you
Exactly.
like a little self-confidence boost, you
A
know?
little oomph. Yeah.
More examples that you're going to see are going for a walk, journaling, like painting outside, lighting candles is a big one. And there is an influencer named Ashley Kipps, and she says it's about not waiting around for the big grand moments in your life and those milestones to be able to genuinely enjoy things, because the
Hmm.
reality is our lives are not filled with the exponentially incredible things every single day. She says, I just really try to find joy in everyday life and make those mundane tasks or responsibilities that are just essential needs of being a human and try to make them fun and engaging. We only get one life, and oftentimes we have to do things we don't want to do. It's not glamorous or romantic, but who says we can't make it so? How do we shift from simply going about our days to romanticizing our lives? It's all about that shift in perspective. We can either let life happen to us or empower ourselves to make it into something beautiful.
It's so true, you know. I feel like the days go by so fast that you don't realize that stuff, but like hearing that just makes you like take a step back for a minute and just be like, yeah, that's how I think that's how the majority of people want to live their life, right?
And
So,
I feel
being
like
reminded.
it's so easy to like get caught up in like a dream of the future, and like if I had this thing, then then I would be
Once I
happy
get
if I.
this,
Yep.
yeah, once I hit this goal, once I do
Yep.
this, once I get that.
But
But
the reality is like that just becomes your new normal.
mhm.
And so how do you keep making life feel magical, you know?
Exactly.
And so basically just re-emphasizing what this is, it's
Yeah.
pretending you're the main character in a movie. It's being very present in the moment. I feel like it's basically practicing gratitude,
Mhm.
because it's just kind of like being aware of what's around you, what you're thankful for, and making those things that are like a normal part of your life feel just elevated, and
Mhm.
appreciating them. And overall, it's really just a shift in perspective. So we know that our thoughts can really like affect our bodies physically. This is something that you've talked about in a couple
Mhm.
different episodes, I believe. And so like anxiety and depression are both thought disorders. They can basically make you have headaches, muscle aches, fatigue, pain, digestive issues, heart palpitations. And our brains are basically hardwired to hold one thought at a time, meaning like they can't really hold contradictory thoughts, which is, I feel like, difficult because my brain is constantly flip-flopping through contradictory thoughts. It's just like I have like a lot of thoughts that'll be really negative, but then I kind
Mhm.
of am able to think about it more and like realize what the actual truth is.
Yes.
And so and that's to me where I have contradictory thoughts, because it's like this is how I feel, this is what I know to be the truth.
Mhm.
And both of those thoughts are in my head existing at the same time.
It's like one of those like, logic versus emotion, I think
Yeah.
is really I don't know, for me at least it's the
Yeah.
basis of that. I'm like I know logically it's this, but
Right.
emotionally it's
The
not
end of the
feeling
world.
that way. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Exactly. Yeah. I'm gonna die.
Yep. And I think just the idea with this is like if you have a negative thought about whatever, then your body is going to respond to that negative thought. And you need to be able to shift that negative thought to a positive one.
Mhm.
And if you choose to have like more positive thoughts, then you will feel like you have like more control over your life.
Mhm.
You can like choose to be more confident, and you'll be able to take like new opportunities more if you're feeling confident. You can basically change the trajectory of your life if
Mhm.
you have these positive thoughts more. What are you laughing at?
I'm just laughing at like it if I would just like do that, where would I be? You
Yeah.
know?
Well, think about it. Like we started this podcast, and we
Yeah.
have no expectations from it. but we both felt positive that we could do this and pushed each other to make it happen and to continue even, whatever. And so we're having the positive thoughts about this. We made it happen.
Yeah.
And like, what else, with like my photography business, if I just continued to let the negative thoughts and the self-doubt creep in, I wouldn't be where I am,
Yeah.
So you have to choose those positive thoughts and focus on the positive things.
So how similar is romanticizing your life to manifestation? Like, are they similar?
I think it's a little bit different because romanticizing your life is more like taking what you have and making it feel glamorous and making it feel like you're in a movie.
Yeah.
Whereas
Okay.
manifesting is more like about the future, I would feel.
Yes. Thinking ahead, what you want. Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Yeah.
There
totally.
is like a lot of intermingled different social media trends and mental health trends that I felt really related to this idea, and I was actually going to get into that a little bit.
Ooh,
So here was like another quote that I just enjoyed by Monica Vermani, and it's, "The past is in the past, and the future is just our imagination." Basically saying like, stop stressing so much about the future. It literally hasn't happened yet. It's all in your brain, whatever it is that you're thinking, and just choose to be positive. And I'm not going to say that it's all going to work out, but it's just like,
You don't know the outcome. Doesn't it sound so simple? And then it's just like, but
of course,
yeah.
of course, all of this today is, I'm not
No.
trying to fix your life or whatever, and I was going to get into this too, but
Sorry.
it's just a fun way to look at your life
Yeah.
and hopefully help you a little bit.
A good reminder for sure too, like in general. And yeah, I don't mean it like to talk down about
No, I
it,
know.
but it's just
I
like,
know.
it's so interesting to be like, well, like, yeah, that makes sense, like, why didn't I think of that?
Feel inspired and
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, so how can you start romanticizing your life? How does this happen? So first start just by like reflecting on what you're already doing. Start there. For example, like, we all dread doing our chores, but that is a part of life. We all have to do it. How can you make those chores more pleasant? How can you just romanticize your life a little bit? And Erin, do you have something to add? I'm holding your hand.
Do you have a way to make the chores more fun for yourself?
Yeah, so do you remember in our procrastination episode, I mentioned
Yeah.
like when I do laundry, lighting a candle.
Oh, right.
To just like make it feel like, this is my me time. Listen to my favorite podcasts
Yes.
and I'm
Yeah.
all alone and I got my candle lit and I don't know,
Yeah, it's
that
like
is a clear example of romanticizing your life.
And then you have like an association with that when it comes to the laundry. Like I could do it like this and then it could be this positive. I have to listen to an audiobook or a podcast or music or something like that. And that actually really helps. It's like that's
Oh,
my
yeah.
like that's my time to listen and get caught up on the book that I've been reading for, for a while or, whatever it might be. I think that people underestimate that a little bit,
Yeah. And like if, a book or a podcast isn't what you want, then lean more
Yeah.
towards the music side of things. Like some
Yeah.
people are just really musical. Make yourself a playlist of your absolutely favorite songs that you would love to dance to. Do the dishes while you listen to that playlist. Like,
Or new stuff. Like find
Yep.
like a new playlist or something if you're trying to like broaden what you typically listen to. I think that
True.
there's a lot of options out there for that for sure. So
there's like examples I've seen on TikTok of where like people, when they do their dishes, they will like turn off, all the big lights. So it's just like cozy lighting and then play like medieval like music and then pretend that they're
Ooh.
like a barmaiden cleaning up after their shift. And like that's hilarious and funny and I love it. And I feel like that's such a good idea. And the other thing I was going to say, because you brought up manifesting. So to me, this idea in particular leans more towards being like whimsical because that's a whole other trend. And that was what I
Ooh.
was going to talk about today. but then I realized it was actually the romanticizing that I wanted to talk about. But
Okay.
there is a whole other trend of like how to make your life more whimsical. But here's the
Ooh.
difference. This is
Okay.
a little quote here. This is a quote from this blog post that I read all about like adding more whimsy into your life. So
Mm-hmm.
she said, when I was contemplating this piece, the whimsical ideas that first came to mind were things like braiding colorful velvet ribbons into your hair or creating a playlist to match the sunset. But really, those things are more aligned with romanticizing your life, a fun and valid concept, but not the same as whimsy. Whimsy might look more like braiding ribbons into your hair while pretending your hands belong to an invisible third party, or diving as deep into the ocean waves as you can with the intention to outsink the sunset. This is
Mm.
more than just good fun, she explains. When we act a little ridiculous, we're boosting oxytocin, decreasing cortisol, and creating positive new pathways in our brain. That's something most of us need because there's a quiet grief to growing up, says LMSW therapist Erica Schwartzberg. Adulthood often means that fun and silliness are waylaid by productivity. But we need whimsy, she says. We need low stakes joy, creative messes, and adult playdates that aren't just drinks or dinner. Things like roller skating, collage nights, walking with no destination, or laughing so hard you forget to check your phone. These aren't just cute distractions, they're nervous system nourishment. So clearly, whimsy can be a form of self care. Yeah, so I, like I said, I did kind of want to make like whimsy the topic tonight, but when I was doing my research, I was like, that's not actually what I wanted. But I wanted to bring it up because that's another way for you to kind of take my advice today.
Yeah.
Look up whimsical
I
things.
was gonna say, yeah, what part of whimsy didn't resonate or didn't stand out to you?
The whimsical things were just like a little bit more silly,
Oh, sure.
um, and which I enjoyed. But in my head, like this blog writer said, like she
Mm-hmm.
hadn't disconnected the two ideas. And
Yeah.
once I started researching, I was like, oh yeah, okay, I get it also. And what I
Yep.
wanted to talk about was the more like simple things that you can do to,
Okay.
you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. Yep. No,
Okay.
that makes sense. That helps clear that up.
Okay. So going back to like how you can do this for yourself. So notice and appreciate all the small things in your life. Be very present in the moment. Things that you could do is like taking a different route home from work. Or for me, like I personally really like to, just notice my surroundings and really think about like what's bringing me joy right now and like say it out loud.
Mm-hmm.
So like I really like to notice the clouds in the sky, Do the clouds look
Mm-hmm.
cool today? Or I really like the way that light reflects on the ground after rain. Like
Mm-hmm.
if you're like, especially if you're in like a city or something, and you just see all the lights, it's like, oh, that's so pretty. Or like, let's say you're walking by a restaurant and the food smells good?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um,
You appreciate that stuff when you like
yeah.
take time to notice it, basically.
And don't you feel like the main character in a movie would notice all those things?
Oh,
You know?
totally. It would be like a whole separate shot that they would do like
Yeah.
specifically because of that. Yeah.
hmm But I feel like, some people are more inclined to like notice those things than others.
Yeah.
But so if, I don't know, just try to think about things when you're out and about. Look at stuff, pay attention.
Mm-hmm.
Pay attention to your five senses. And I feel like one thing I really wanted to bring up today also is like having a kid kind of assists in this a little bit just because it's like, whenever you're driving with a kid in the car and then there's like horses or cows or something, you're like, look at the cows. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That like maybe once you're an adult, like you don't do as much anymore.
Or like the kid says, "Wait, what are those cows doing there? Or what are those horses?" Like they maybe bring it out of you a little bit too.
Yeah.
Would you say? Yeah.
Yeah. And I just think like it's important to kind of share that
Yeah.
with kids because I don't know, like if you just share negative things with them, then they're going to be a negative person. But we all
Mm-hmm.
know that there's like a mental health crisis amongst kids, unfortunately. And like that's one of my biggest fears as a
Mm-hmm.
mother is my son suffering from mental health issues. And like I feel like it need to start now with
Yeah.
helping him think more positively about life. And so like one example of this that I've done just within the last couple days is like, it's really cold outside.
Mm-hmm.
And there's like these giant icicles hanging off the building. And it was
Mm-hmm.
like, oh, look, Leon, look at these giant icicles. Aren't those cool? And he was like, oh, yeah, those are so cool. And now everywhere we go, he's like, look at the icicles, Mom,
Yeah. Yeah, he picks up on it more than you would think maybe, or like more than like another adult would, I should say, you know?
Because they're seeing these things for the first
For
time
the
too.
first
Like they're
time.
really like noticing these things, and I don't know.
I feel like it also just like forces you as an adult to also then appreciate those things. Like,
That's what I'm
is that what you
saying.
mean?
Like
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
just
yeah.
like you
You realize
when
it.
you have a kid, it's like living for the first time again because
Yeah,
you're looking at everything through a set of new
of
eyes,
different
you know?
eyes.
So, one thing I really wanted to say is that romanticizing your life should not require you to like buy a bunch of things and spend a bunch of money. There's a lot of stuff that you'll see where, and like I said, a couple of them do involve that, like buying yourself flowers and whatever. But there's a lot that I'll see where people will be like, go get a coffee, you know, like go do all these things. And it's like, that stuff's expensive. And we all know that like buying a coffee at a cute coffee shop is enjoyable. Like that's not news. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To me that is like a bad example. So you don't need to spend $1 million to romanticize your life. Like just kind of start appreciating what you got. There's of course things you can do and buy to like enhance, you know, whatever you're doing, but
Yeah.
overall I'm not trying to get people to spend $1 million.
Yeah,
Is my point
exactly. Yeah, you can definitely do it without spending a dime for sure. It's like just making sure you appreciate the little things that you don't realize every day, basically.
Here. Exactly.
Yeah.
And so, like I mentioned in the beginning, this is really especially important in the winter time, which is why I'm talking about it today. And again, there was that Life Kit episode about romanticizing winter. A couple points that they make is to like prepare, get out cozy blankets, candles, sweaters, everything cozy. And so this is where I want to talk about another little trend that I've noticed that I'm not sure if you have heard of.
Okay.
But there's this word called, it's pronounced hygge.
Is it
But
like
it's spelled, yeah. You're already on it.
HYGGE or something like that?
That's exactly
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
It is a Danish word, hygge.
Okay.
And whenever I see it, it's people always being like sitting by the fire with cozy socks and a blanket and a cup of coffee, right?
Yeah.
But what it actually is it's taking time away from the daily rush to be together with people you care about or even by yourself to relax and enjoy life's quieter pleasures. It's informal time together with family or close friends. Typically, the setting is at home or another quiet location, or perhaps a picnic during the summer months. It usually involves sharing a meal and wine or beer, or hot chocolate and a bowl of candy if children are included. There is no agenda. You celebrate the small joys of life, or maybe discuss deeper topics. It is an opportunity to unwind and take things slow.
I've heard that word before and like seen it. But I didn't realize I thought it did mean like cozy atmosphere.
And it does, but it's like more.
Also, yeah.
Yeah, it's more of like a vibe and a feeling of warmth and happiness that you get just from slow life and being with people that you love.
Yeah, like unplugging basically and just being like present. So interesting.
Do as the Danish do.
Yes, for sure.
Take pictures of beautiful things. So like I want to go and take pictures of those icicles, you know? And this is where I was going to talk about going outside still. Going outside anyways, even though it's cold and wintry. They gave the advice of like going to your favorite summer places in the winter and like really paying attention and noticing how it's different.
Interesting. That's it. Yeah. I hadn't thought about that.
So yeah, like here in Wisconsin, we obviously have a lot of lakes, like, and that's where we go in the summertime. Gotta go there in the wintertime, see what's up.
Yeah, exactly.
Find winter activities. If you, and this I feel like is hard because some of them do involve a lot of money, like
yeah, I know.
snowmobiling. I mean, Christ, what do you? That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna start looking maybe on Facebook Marketplace to see if I can like find some snowshoes or cross country ski. You know, like
there's ways.
something cheap.
Yeah.
And obviously, like sledding is so much fun. I've already gone sledding with Leon 3 times.
Oh my gosh.
It's so much fun. Okay, so going back, like find winter activities, go sledding. And it honestly, I feel like sometimes it can just like feel so good to be cold because then once you're cold, you gotta warm up. Get inside, get yourself some blankets, some hot chocolate and coffee.
Yeah.
I have a heated blanket, and when I'm actually cold enough to use it, it's so nice. And then just embrace the darkness in winter.
Yeah.
So instead of being like, oh no, it's scary, it's dark and I need the sunlight, try to change your mindset and be like, you know what, this is cozy time. When you're home, only have on the cozy lights. So no big lights. Have you ever heard this rule?
No.
Like, so big lights is going to be, any ceiling light, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Don't
yeah.
use any ceiling lights, only cozy lights. So, like, only lamps. You got your twinkly lights, light some candles.
Oh, I didn't.
Just
turn them
cozy
on.
lights.
Turn them on.
That's the idea behind the no big lights. Only cozy lights.
I like
okay?
that. Yeah.
And basically just use this time as time to rest and reflect and reset. Okay? You can do slow morning rituals. Like, I really do enjoy when I can actually just like drink my coffee. And now that I have my Kindle, I set up my Kindle and I read my coffee, and it's just just a beautiful morning experience. In the winter, you can embrace seasonal foods. Think chili, stew, soups, home-baked goods. Romanticize your space. So basically, you can put up seasonal decorations. I like to really, make sure that my space is clean, like before I start relaxing. Not perfect, but just like
Right.
having a tidy
Enough.
space.
Yeah.
Makes you feel more cozy. And lean into those cozy hobbies. So, like I've briefly mentioned, I like to do my little miniature kits. That's totally a cozy hobby. You do your paint by numbers, and you can do puzzles or whatever else you're into. Winter is the time to do it.
Yeah. It's the time that I also play video games a lot more.
Oh, yeah,
than
totally. That's a good one,
any
too.
time of the year, too.
There's actually one way to like romanticize stuff is to like kind of separate your hobbies that way into different seasons. So it's like that way
Yeah.
you can be so excited, like, oh yeah, this is wintertime. This is when I play my video games. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, like looking forward to that. I do look forward to that too. I'm like, oh, now I have like a reason to be inside and just like the,
Exactly. You don't feel like guilty,
Yes.
about
yeah,
like whenever it's sunny outside and it's like 70 degrees, I'm just like, I should not be inside. I feel guilty now.
Exactly. For me, at least, it's just like a letting yourself off the hook when it's like
Yeah.
you have the reason of outside's too cold for yourself or for your dogs or whatever it might be, where you're just like, okay, there's no. Not that like it's bad to have that pressure when you're in the summer and all that. Like it's great. If it was like a rainy day in the summer,
yeah.
you're like, oh, I can just stay in. Like I don't have to feel guilty. I feel like that's a little bit how I feel about winter. I get to stay in, do my cozy hobbies. I get to play video games or do crocheting or paint by number and just do that kind of stuff because I do go outside, but obviously not as much, Yeah.
And that's what you need to do is just lean into it. Don't feel guilty. It's time for your body to be slow.
Hibernate.
And just embrace it. Exactly. Other animals, we're not blaming the bears for hibernating. Why are we
No.
blaming ourselves?
Exactly.
So a couple just like, I don't know, caveats or disclaimers that I was thinking about is like, I am not a professional. This is not a
Wait,
substitute
what?
for, this is not a substitute for a treatment if you need it. But the way that I like to think of it is kind of like as a supplement or a vitamin. It's a preventative medicine.
Yeah.
A way to start thinking about your life, to just kind of change your perspective, and hopefully
Yeah.
that will help. It's just more of an attitude shift than anything. And another thing I was thinking of is like, if you have been listening to this episode and you just think that it's silly, maybe you need this advice more than anybody else.
Ooh, that's a good one. Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Just, I mean, life's too short. Just pay attention to the
Live a
little
little.
things. Yeah, live a little.
Pay attention. Yep. Do you ever like have it where, I don't know, like there's just sometimes where I'll find joy in something that is a small thing, and then people will either like make fun of me for it. Okay, I have a really good example.
Yeah. Tell me.
A long time ago, there was a squirrel outside, and it was sitting on a branch, and it was sitting so funny because it was like sprawled out on its belly and just like,
Floating?
yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
And it was just like on the branch, and his arms were just like splayed out, right? And it was so funny and cute. And so I took a picture of it, and then I went to work and I showed all my coworkers
I think you told me this.
picture of the squirrel. Okay, maybe.
Yeah,
And they
no,
were all
anyway.
just kind of like, Okay,
Cool.
Danny. Yeah, like you would take a picture of a squirrel, you know? And it's
Yeah.
just like, yeah, because it was adorable and hilarious, and I found joy in it, and you guys all suck
Yes.
that you can't find joy in it. Like, I'm sorry for you,
Exactly.
actually. And the other thing I wanted to say is like, don't, the other side of this is like, don't overdo it. Because
Yeah.
I feel like I see, when I was researching this, it's like, obviously I see all these like Instagram accounts that are super aesthetic. And it's just like, I'm romanticizing my life. And all their pictures are just like, you know, these beautiful aesthetic things where they're taking life slow. And I love that for them. And I wish my life looked like theirs, but that's not what the point of this is. The point of this is to romanticize the norms in your life. You know what I mean?
Well, and it's also not realistic to have that be every part of your life, or even just
Yeah.
like,
If you're
even like,
thinking about it too much, it's like,
yeah,
I don't know.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, if you're like sitting there thinking about like, okay, what am I going to post today
right.
about my romanticized life? Then you're not actually
That's
enjoying
not
it.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think that that's so true. It's like the people that are posting about romanticizing their life are probably not actually romanticizing their life.
Yeah. But
A
I don't
little
know. Yeah,
bit.
it's just like if it's too much, I don't know.
Yeah. Or like maybe it started that way and then it
Right.
became different. Yeah. I hope that they are.
So I wanted to end this on like I don't know, just an example of something that is like I would say like a regular habit of mine.
Mm.
That I think is definitely a good example of romanticizing my life, and I wanted to know if you had any more examples yourself.
Yeah.
But for me, it's like especially since I got my Kindle now,
So in the
I
last
love.
week.
Yeah, but before I
No,
had the
I know.
Kindle, I read too. Like I would either read a physical book or on my phone,
I
but
know,
not
sorry.
not all the time. This has increased my reading a lot. But yes, I know,
Yes,
I
yeah,
know, I know,
yeah.
I know.
I know, no.
Anyways, so having just like a tidy space, and then I have my
Mm-hmm.
cozy lights. I did get my Christmas tree, so like now it's extra magical in here, and so I just have on, you know, my little twinkling lights or whatever, and then getting
Twinking.
like twinkling. Is that what I said? I meant twinkling.
Sorry.
We're almost
Okay.
done.
I know, I
Okay.
know, I know. Sorry. Twinkling lights.
Twinkling lights. I got cute, comfy jammies on. Get out my book. And then here's the kicker part.
Okay.
I like to go on YouTube and find aesthetic vibes to put in the background. Sometimes with music,
Ooh.
sometimes not. But you know how like you can I feel like this is the most like popular example. Okay, so you know like the example where you can get like a fireplace kind of background
Yeah.
on your TV.
Yep, yep.
Okay, so you can basically go on YouTube. I'll search like whatever I'm thinking of, vibes, and there's videos for it, okay?
Oh,
And
yeah.
sometimes there's music, sometimes there's not. Sometimes I just put like to put on like let's say I'm reading a book and it takes place in London. Then I'll just
Mm.
look up some London video and they'll be like maybe they're walking down the streets of London. Maybe
Oh.
they are just sitting at a window with a London skyline view and they're typing at their computer. When I was reading Akatar, there's a million Valaris vibes videos that you can
I'm
put
not
on in the
surprised. Yeah,
background.
okay. Yep.
It's amazing. Highly recommend. That is how I love to romanticize my life.
I do Hufflepuff Common Room.
Oh, that's great. Great
Yeah.
example. I love it.
Or just like we even do like Harry Potter Christmas in general. 'Cause,
Yeah.
like it'll
Oh,
play
that's
like
great.
it'll be like Hogsmeade or like the Great Hall and
Mm-hmm.
all that stuff. That's a
I'm
good
sorry.
idea though. I hadn't
Thank
thought
you.
about like I should have done like Paris, you know, like
Mm-hmm.
cafe or something like
Mm-hmm.
that. I don't know. Sometimes it's also just like Broadway music and me,
Mm-hmm.
I just like sing,
It's wonderful.
which I don't have a good singing voice or anything like that, but I like doing it. It's just
Me
like
too.
fun to
Mm-hmm.
do as I put away my clothes or something like
Mm-hmm.
that. I should probably do more. Like this is teaching me that like I need to appreciate the fact that we have a house or like you know just like some of
Oh
those
yeah.
things, you
Going back to the
know?
gratitude. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just like the gratitude side of things, but also just like I get frustrated with something and it's like okay, but we actually do have blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm. It's and that was something I was talking about with Dwight, with that conversation we were talking about, is like,
yeah.
it's so easy to compare yourself to others, but then it's like, who's comparing themselves to you? You know what I mean? Because like I said, there's so many things where it's like people just go, if I was married, then I would be happy. If I had a kid, then I would be happy. If I had a house, then I would be happy. If I had a job, then I would be happy. If I, you know what I mean? Like the list can go on, and it's just so easy to compare yourself to others, unfortunately.
Totally.
But yeah, that was romanticizing your life. I hope that it helped anybody listening kind of think about it and think about ways that they can implement it into their own lives. And let me know. Definitely let me know in the comments like what you do at home to romanticize your life. Or, I mean, let me know just in general what you do to romanticize your life a little bit, whether or not you even realized that's what you were doing.
I'd love to hear that. I think that's so important to really take that time. All right. Well, that was fun. I really enjoyed that. I think that it's a really good reminder. People need to know those things. Next week,
Any hints?
I think I'm gonna do some sort of animal because it's been a while since I've done an animal topic, and I have many of them on my list. So,
well, I am ready.
all right. Otherwise, tell us what you're hyperfixated on, or tell us what you're doing to romanticize your life. We're curious, so drop it in the comments, DM us, or send us an email. Maybe your obsession will make it on a future episode. Until then, embrace the spiral, stay curious, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Aaron and Danny, two lifelong best friends, take turns picking topics, then they see where